Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This is for Monday the 28th of May going through until Sunday the 3rd of June. It's really nice to be with you today. I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown of what's happening in the sky and how that's going to affect you here on planet Earth. This weekly horoscope is for all signs of the zodiac. And it's like an astrological weather report. I look at the relationships the planets form in the sky and what energy that creates and how that's going to influence us here on planet Earth. As above, so below. The good news about this week is that we have loads and loads and loads of positive energy coming in. So on Monday, the 28th of May, we've got the Scorpio moon. That's the most sensitive part of you, and you're really going to be able to sense other people's agendas. It's going to be hard for other people to kind of hide things from you. You're going to be quite tuned in. And that forms a sextile with Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is the planet of transformation and change. In the sign of the worker Capricorn, an earth sign, you can make changes in your life based on your feelings. And those two then oppose Mercury and Taurus. Mercury is the communication planet. In Taurus, it's also very practical. So there's friction between what the world is telling you and what you yourself are telling you, what your guidance is telling you. Listen to your guidance and don't let the resistance of others stop you. Now, the moon goes into Sagittarius at the end of the day at 10:30 p.m. And remember that my horoscopes are based on UK time. So the moon goes into Sag at 10:30 p.m. here in Europe. If you're on the east coast of the States, it's 5 hours behind, so that'll be 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, it is a wonderful, great start to the week in the sense that you are confident within yourself and you approach the week with this positive can-do attitude, which is supported by your ability to follow through in a practical way. Later in the day, when the moon does change signs and moves into Sagittarius, you'll feel the mood lighten up considerably and you focus on new possibilities and future adventures that you may have. Now, on Tuesday, the 29th of May, we have a full moon in Sagittarius at 2:21 in the afternoon. Now, this is a really positive and fun full moon. Sagittarius is about adventure and broadening your horizons. I've made a separate video on this. Have a look at that for more detail. We also have Mercury, the communication planet, going into the sign that it rules, Gemini, which is amazing because Mercury rules Virgo, which is about taking info in and breaking it down, and Mercury rules Gemini, which means it's communicating and it's expressing itself and it's being funny and it's going through new doors and exploring. So on Tuesday, it's a really positive and fun full moon. You'll really feel upbeat and like you can have some fun and you don't have to try. It just kind of comes along. It's a really positive time. With Mercury moving in the sign that it rules, Gemini, means that communication as well is going to be fun, light and breezy over the next 2 weeks while Mercury stays in Gemini. Remember also that Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is in the emotional sign of Cancer at the moment. So combining your charm and magnetic energy that Venus in Cancer provides you with your current ability to be funny and articulate, you're really on to a winner here when it comes to meeting new people and making a good first impression or making a good impression on several people that you're meeting. So you really are articulate, you're well-spoken, you're eloquent, you can really express yourself. So with this Mercury in Gemini, any of you guys who are writers or teachers or life coaches or public events planners, things like that, with Mercury being in Gemini, it's the best time for you to write the book or write the course or write the presentation or to get the words out there, because with Mercury in Gemini, the words are going to flow much more easily than they usually do. On Wednesday, the 30th of May, we have the moon in Sagittarius, and it squares Neptune, the dream planet, in Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces, so that's very happy. Water, the water planet in a water sign. And Neptune is about imagination and manifesting things. So Sagittarius moon, which is about let's gallop and let's find something fun to do, with Neptune, which is the dreamer, that really combines to get you moving forward in some sort of direction. Mercury in Gemini sextiles Chiron in Aries as well. So this is a really fun and quirky and odd day with the Sagittarius and Neptune combo, because Neptune isn't particularly practical. It's a little bit airy-fairy, and the moon in Sagittarius doesn't look at details very much. It's 5 steps ahead. It doesn't want to look back, doesn't want to deal with the minutiae of everything. It just wants to have fun. So this is the kind of day where you and a friend or a few of your friends decide to do something different, to shake things up. And because you're usually shopping or you go to running kind of clubs, you decide to go for a hike instead. And the reality does not match the dream of what you had in mind. And you get horribly lost on this hike, but you end up bonding with the people you've gone with, and you bond with them over the experience and laugh your heads off in the restaurant at night. So it's that kind of energy where you have a dream and you really want to do it, but you don't have the practical know-how to get everything right. So on Wednesday, there's a real potential for something to go wrong, but in a very trivial and fun way that you can laugh about. And it's a great day to spend with other people because you will end up being closer. You know, shared experiences like that really bring people together. And if you can laugh about it, that's the best. So on Wednesday, don't expect dreams to match reality. And so be careful with that. Yeah, if you're a writer as well, this isn't such a great day because you're not going to be able to come across the way you would like. Or if you have a dream of starting a business, this isn't the best day to start that business because, like I said, the details and looking at all the minutiae, that's not really in your mind today. So it's not the best day to get new things started, which you want to have a long kind of permanent structure to them. On Thursday, the 31st of May, the moon moves into Capricorn at 9:28 in the morning. So most of the day is ruled by Capricorn. The Capricorn moon trines Uranus in Taurus, the rebel planet in the sign of the Earth. So changes in physical circumstances. And it conjuncts Saturn in Capricorn. So that's structure, working towards structure. So on Thursday, work may be demanding, or some unexpected news may appear in your life today, and that news can either be positive or negative. Because you've got so much Capricorn in your chart, you're really going to feel very goal-oriented, and the only thing that matters is working to achieve my goal. So with that said, try and lighten things up a bit. Try not to take things too seriously. And remember that you don't have to solve all of your life problems in one day, and that it's okay to actually take 5 minutes out of your day and have a cup of tea and laugh. So try and be as light as possible on Thursday. The day itself, as far as the week goes, is the most kind of drab. Friday, the 1st of June, we're in June now, the 6 months of 2018. So wow, so we're already halfway through the year. Mercury in Gemini, love, because it can express itself and be funny and witty. It trines, so it forms a harmonious relationship with Mars in Aquarius. Mars is the male principle of drive, what I'm going to do and what no one's going to stop me in. I'm a soldier, I'm a builder, I'm a man. You know, that stereotype of I'm a man. And that's in Aquarius, the sign of the thinker. And that works very well with Gemini because it's another air sign. So it's communication, and the connection with Mars to that Mercury really boosts your ability to express yourself. And especially if it's something that's new or innovative or that's controversial, you really have the power to say that today. So again, another great day to express yourself, to make an impression, to really get some attention based on what you're expressing here. Venus is in Cancer and it trines Jupiter in Scorpio. So listening to your feelings will bring you luck. The Capricorn moon opposes Venus in Cancer and in conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So we've got a nice mix here between practical and emotional and funny and articulate. So Friday is the ideal day to throw a party or a dinner. Love, excitement, wit, enthusiasms, those are all the key words for the day. We've had a couple of these magical, wonderful days in May where there was real potential for love and romance to come into your life. And today, Friday the 1st of June, is another one of those amazing opportunities for love to flourish and blossom in your life. And that's really amazing that the energy is so full of love here on the 1st of June, because I always think that the first day of the new month is an indicator of what that month will bring. So love is going to be a big theme in June, I think, as well. Moving on to Saturday, the 2nd of June, we have Venus in Cancer, still trining Neptune in Pisces. So that is now even more. Venus is a personal planet, so it's love, beauty, and creativity. Neptune is like the higher octave of Venus, and it's love, beauty, creativity on a global level, on a spiritual level. And they trine each other, so love conquers all, love is everything, love is the only thing that matters. Mercury's in Gemini, still very funny. You're good with your comebacks and your little quips, your one-liners, your little jokes. I heard a joke yesterday that was so cute. What do you call a mountain of kittens? Oh, I messed it up. This is why I'm not a comedian, I can't tell jokes. What do you call a heap of kittens? A meountain. Right, I thought that was really cute. So where was I? Yeah, so Saturday is Friday on steroids. The love and the sense of emotional connection is so intense now, it's even stronger than Friday. So love is in the air, the potential for love is in the air. Mercury in Gemini quincunxes Saturn in Capricorn. So the communication planet forms a really harmonious and intellectual and insightful aspect with Saturn in Capricorn. So your ideas are going to show you how to create more stability in your life. Later in the day, the moon goes into Aquarius at 7 minutes past 10 in the evening. So on Saturday, there's so much positivity and good communication and love in the air that it almost becomes too much. But it doesn't become too much because the moon changes, and before it becomes almost like cloyingly loving and everyone is just in a mutual appreciation society, the moon moves into Aquarius, and that brings reason back to the world in a sense, because Aquarius is about thinking independently and innovating and being scientific and looking at what still needs to be learned and what we can do. It's not about feelings and love so much. So with the moon changing and that said, for most of the day, it can be like a romantic bubble for you. So if you're single or in a new or long-term relationship, really spend time with your loved one, because this is the kind of day where you can have those magical experiences. You know, you can really make memories that last a lifetime. So the two of you renting out a boat and, you know, going on a boat ride, and there are willow trees everywhere and there's no one else around and the birds are chirping, and it's just the two of you in a little boat with a bottle of champagne and some strawberries and stuff, and it's super romantic. And that's the kind of thing, in 20 years you look back on that day and you'll think, oh my goodness, that was so romantic and beautiful. So do that kind of thing here on Saturday, because it's like Valentine's Day and the Festival of Love and Beltane all squashed together, and it's really just a wonderful, loving, positive, amazing time to have chemistry and sparks between you and other people. That's Friday the 1st of June and Saturday the 2nd of June. Now moving on to Sunday the 3rd of June, we've got the Aquarius moon conjuncting Mars in Aquarius, so that's really positive. So the Aquarius moon focuses you away from just working and achieving your goals, and it kind of gives you much more space to look at humanity, to not act as much, to look at what new ideas could make things more effective, what is important for the greater good, and you start to think along much broader terms and not just about yourself but other people. And with the Mars conjunction, he gives power to whatever he connects with, like he gave power to that Mercury earlier in the week, which really enabled you to break through with something you wanted to say. This is a breakthrough on Sunday here in terms of intellectually really being given something that's an amazing idea and that's delivered to you via your intellect, via the universe. So again, make sure that you make space to listen to that thing. The reason I go on and on and on about meditation and a higher power and all of that is because if we run our lives by ourselves, we can do very well and we can be successful and we can live a fine life. But some people like me, if I'm left to my own devices, then I run my life into the ground. My best thinking has got me into horrible situations. And people like me are forced to have a spiritual practice in our lives because I'm ill-equipped to deal with life on life's terms. This is all kind of 12-step speak, okay? But the thing is, when I have a higher power in my life, I feel like I have a relationship with the universe, and that tells me things that are good for me instead of what I want, which usually isn't good for me. So when I listen to the universe, I take positive steps and it results in positive outcomes. And if I'm just by myself thinking what I want, then sometimes once I have it, I'm dissatisfied. Whereas if I listen to the universe, whatever I achieve and what is fulfilled from that guidance will always give you a sense of pride and joy and like you've done something valuable. That's why I go on and on about that, because if you're someone who's uncertain, there are so many resources available to you, your angels, your guides, your guardian angels, the ascended masters, the universe, higher beings. There's so much help available to you to guide you. So make some space in your life and find a meditation practice that allows the constant chatter of your mind to just stop for a millisecond. That's all it takes. A millisecond of quiet is when the universe can plant that impression, that insight, that new invention here on Sunday. Now, the Aquarius moon also trines Mercury in Gemini, more intellect and more thinking. The sun in Gemini, your identity as a communicator, and that moon then squares Jupiter in Scorpio. So on Sunday, you're at the peak of your intellectual powers, and in terms of articulating your ideas through writing, painting, design, teaching, or whatever format you choose, you really can't do much better than here on Sunday. So again, it's a great time to write down the things that you've wanted to express, or to write the short story, or the lesson plans, or whatever it is that you want to take from the unmanifest and abstract and that you want to turn into something tangible that other people can engage with. So if you're in a communicative profession anyway, and you want to create something, today is your day. The words will flow effortlessly, or the picture will almost paint itself. You'll be in touch with your own self and your sense of humor, and you can think things through, and you can innovate, and you can think of new ideas, and you can write about future developments that you think should be the next step. Because today you're intelligent, you're looking at the bigger perspective, you also have a sense of humor, you're not taking things too seriously, you're looking at all the options even if some of them aren't that practical, and you're really able to enjoy yourself on Sunday by just talking about things, articulating your ideas, chatting to other people, or actually working on some of these hobbies, or if it's your work, your profession. You know, if you're an accountant, but you're a writer as well, then use Sunday to really write. And if you want to transition from one job into a writing job, then, you know, writers write. So there are a lot of days here in this week that you can use to your advantage to create the material that you want, and that you can really then have that abstract in a tangible format which you can present, and you can add value to the world, and value will be added back to you. So that's what I get for you this week. It looks like an amazing week. There's so much energy. It is so positive. I just love this time of year. It's just the planets align to just bring positive, loving energy in the air. And it doesn't, you know, immediately have to be sexual attraction. It can be just as nice as, you know, meeting a couple of friends and making new acquaintances and just feeling positive towards people and not, you know, being angry or resentful. It's just a time of being yourself, letting the facades fall away and just saying, this is me and I'm spending time with you and I don't have to be anything else. I can just be myself and comfortable and have fun and enjoy myself. So it's totally liberating this week, because you can just be yourself and things are gonna work out in your favor. Looks really, really, really good. I'm excited about this coming week. I've got a really good feeling about it. That's what I get for you for the coming week. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. In my private readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. To draw up your astrology chart, I just need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can use sunrise, or I can rectify your chart to find out what your time of birth is. So if you don't know the exact time of birth, get in touch with me. There's a process of finding out what your time of birth is. The astrology chart then in itself is a blueprint of your soul. So it shows me where you've been in a past lifetime and why you've come into this lifetime and what your life purpose is this time around, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's coming up for you in love and career, health and moving. And also if you have specific questions, I can answer those. So am I compatible with Tony? When am I going to be able to pay off my credit card debts? All of that kind of thing. I can answer those kind of questions for you. So if you are interested, please do visit the website, gregoryscott.com. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. That's very important to me, and it really helps. So if this is the first video of mine that you are watching and you enjoyed it, then please subscribe. I'd be ever so grateful. I hope you have a fabulous week. Let me know how things go in the comments. Oh, and also I wanted to mention something. The monthly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac. I've been doing those for years and the format has changed. By the way, if this is no longer the weekly horoscope is now done. So if you just wanted the weekly horoscope, that's it. I'm just talking about the monthlies now. So if you're not interested in that, you're fine to switch off. But the monthly horoscopes I've been doing for years, and it's the horoscope for Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Cancer and Leo and each one of the signs. And when I first started out, they were about 30 minutes long. Then they were like, I tried a different format with like a whiteboard, and that was, I think, 10 minutes long. Now I'm looking at the major events happening in the month for each sign, and they're really short. But something isn't working because people aren't watching them. Like I used to get a lot of views on those videos. Like I remember, I think November 2016, I think 50,000 people watched one of the videos, and now I think in 2018 with the shorter format, I think it's like 5 or 10,000. So it's really dropped, and or even less, like maybe even 2,000. I can't remember, but something isn't working. So I'm gonna try. And I think a lot of you guys have noticed that because I've been tweaking the monthlies so often that something just isn't right with them. And what I'm thinking of doing for June is to do a report for all signs of the zodiac again. Like a monthly report, like this weekly horoscope, a monthly horoscope for June, and I give you the main astrological events that happen in the month. I'll go into more detail in the weeklies, but I can give you a monthly overview for all signs of the zodiac. Let me know what you think of that, because then I would make one video and I could go into detail about what's happening and how that's going to influence us here on planet Earth. But also with your sign of the zodiac, you can then apply it to yourself, the way you feel. So, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be on your zodiac sign. You can if you're someone who's very strong and forthright and independent, and if I'm giving a forecast that independence and being, you know, starting a new business, for instance, is a really great time in June between the 10th and 20th, then you can use that for yourself, whether you're an Aries or whether you're just an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter, okay? So let me know what you think of that idea. I'm toying with it because I think that would be more inclusive. And I think that more people could relate to it, but I'm not sure. I just always try different things. I always want to make the best content for you guys that I can. So I do want to tweak things. And the monthlies, something needs tweaking because they're going down like that, and I just don't enjoy seeing that. They also take a lot of work, and if no one's watching them, then there's no point, right? So I don't want to waste my time. And I think the monthly overview is going to be really interesting. So let me know what you think. If you hate the idea, let me know. If you like the idea, let me know. And I think I will try it for June, and we'll see what happens, and watch this space. Things are always changing. So I hope you have a great week. Watch out for those monthlies. They're going to appear at for the monthly. It's going to appear on the 30th, I think. I'm going to publish that. And then let me know what you think. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.